Here's my long and story short on the bug bounty stuff. I actually did a lot of research on this and that because I'm trying to decide whether to go into bug bounty independent. Um, Companies don't want to pay for security. Even if they wanted to pay for security, they don't have the money to pay really good security people, so they end up buying crappy people and get hacked anyway. They barely give you the thanks, right? I meant paid bounties. So this is I don't know that this is true. This is just my observation of the industry, and I am not in the industry. I actually would really love the input from somebody who's a security expert. But I have watched IT for a while, and I can tell you the habits from large corporations and even middle-sized corporations. They do not invest money in security. Even companies like a bank don't invest. They invest more money in security, but not nearly enough. And the reason for that is because the security investment doesn't pay out until there's an incident, so they don't have any way of measuring the cost. And I really truly believe that the economic realities of the increasing cost of security and the drought of security professionals is the fastest growing security analyst is according to Bureau of Labor Statistics, security analysts growing at a rate of 32% per year, fastest unmet need in all IT professions at this time. With an average income of like I think 87,000 for median, and that drought. First of all, there's a drought of technologists, let alone a drought of good security people. So you have this massive need for security that's overwhelming everybody, and we're starting to see all kinds of money getting dumped. Gardner Group, Meta, everybody is putting all their cards on the table and saying, no, this is definitely going to be a thing. And then you have the big corporations who have money, but they don't have enough money to buy their own security team, and if they could, they can't find them. You have high end, and then you have here's the last linchpin in this whole kind of conclusion. The people who are really good in security don't want to work for a big company, right? So, I mean, the people who are really good in security, they know they're good, and their last thing they want to do is go work and do a Neo, right? be like, Mr. Anderson someplace. They don't want to do that. So they would rather make money by getting bounty hits and getting paid off and then moving on. And so all of those factors, when you combine, they want to work at their own pace, they're really good. And so when you put all of those factors in a pot together and you stir them up, what you get is, I think, is a future where all the money is going into build bug bounty programs. And the really interesting thing is, like, you get a gig economy, yep, and you get the gig economy in there as well. And these are people who want to work for themselves anyway. And so you look, it's really interesting. It's really telling. What's his name? I forget his name. He's like number 2 on HackerOne. God, what's his name? I forgot it. They do a thing. They interview him on Cyberwar. I can't remember it. His name. Anyway, but he actually got out of the bug bounty thing because he's got lots of money. I don't think it's Intia. I don't think it is. It's driving me crazy. I'll remember it later. Mark Litchfield. You guys know Mark Litchfield? And no, it's Litchfield. So if you look what he's doing, yeah. Now I don't know if it's Naffy. It's Litchfield, Mark Litchfield. So anyway, Litchfield. If you look at what he did, so back in the day when they interviewed him, it was like, what, 2013, 2014? He was still making his money, and it's a really funny interview because he can't say to the interviewer where he's making his money and stuff, and he's like in a gated garden, walled garden, and he's married to this stripper at this massive boob job and then lives in Las Vegas. And he's like, you just gotta ask yourself. Anyway, so there's another really good one that Bloomberg did on the future tech jobs, and they went through another guy, Tony DeVos. Tony DeVos is a fun one to watch too. He's like a multimillionaire now, from HackerOne. And so, but what are these guys doing? They're making all this money on bug bounty, and they have no intention of working for any kind of corporation ever. So if you want their services, you're going to be paying out in bug bounties. And so Litchfield has got the sense of mind. He's a really smart dude. He's like, you know what? He sees this writing on the wall, and so what is he doing? He opens up a business helping corporations create their own bug bounty programs. So now he's making bank on both sides. It's like, you know what you should do? You should have, he goes, hey, Mr. Billionaire Corporation.